All right, guys, Omega TV back with the Efren Reyes farewell tournament, and unfortunately, we had to say farewell to Mr. Reyes as he lost to Jaybird. A couple mistakes late in the rack. They kind of went back and forth, but a couple mistakes late in the rack cost Efren that match. And Jaybird is definitely not one you want to give too many opportunities to.
Yeah, I know firsthand. He's the one who put me out.
Yeah. But back to the winner's side. This is a match in the final 8 of the winner's side. This is Scott Rabon and BJ Ussery. Of course, we saw BJ yesterday. He gave Efren his initial loss. And Mr. Scott Rabon, I've heard a little bit about him. So can you fill me in on Scott? He's a local guy, yeah?
Yeah, Scott's out of Lexington. Scott, back in the day, he was like right on the cusp of like being right with these guys. He's a great one pocket player, but Scott had some health issues. If I'm not mistaken, he had an aneurysm. If I'm not mistaken, that kind of did something to one of his eyes and almost made him go blind for a second. But Scott, he looks like he's informed for this tournament. It is a bar table, and he was at one time, pro level, just like kind of like BJ is. I mean,
pro level, just not
just not out there,
not
like,
considered a pro,
yeah,
because nobody's ever seen him on TV, but plays pro speed all day.
Exactly. Yeah. Like right in between that like shortstop and pro level,
Yeah.
But for those of you that don't know, Scott does do like commentary and stuff like at the Derby, and if anybody needs any kind of table work,
he does table work. Yeah.
he's a great table mechanic, very meticulous. But let's get back to this action here.
So this 3-ball here is a super important shot. I guess does it go?
Yeah, it goes.
Yeah.
It definitely goes here.
No, he did have to play it to the outside of the pocket, so
but
it was tight. But he made it good. He's just got to control the 4-ball here on this combo.
Yeah, anytime these guys that play at this level, they're playing shape for that side. They've already determined that ball's going to go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He came out good.
Right.
He might have caught the point there because it looked like it was going to be a little far to the right side or to the left side.
Right.
Uh-oh. This table is deceiving on speed because it looked like maybe it was going to roll further.
Well, something I don't know if you guys have noticed, but anytime that they're shooting shape for down table, it seems to roll more going down table than it does coming back this way towards the head string,
So maybe just a little uphill one way.
Yeah, just slightly. And I mean, sometimes that could just be one of those things where we see it that way because it happens so often. But I mean, at the same time, if it happens that often, there's got to be some kind of valid reason for it,
Yeah, well, the table that Shane and Dennis played on, of course, they both knew about it, but Chip and Joey would tell you that it definitely rolled downhill.
Right.
When we say downhill, we're referring to the break into the table.
Right, the racking end.
Yeah, so
well, BJ with a nice clearance to start it off.
Didn't even give Scott a chance at the table, that one.
Right. One thing about BJ is if you ever get a chance to watch him, BJ is a very, very good and experienced tournament player. And I had dinner with him last night, and that's one thing that he did say was that he doesn't feel like a lot of these top flight players focus on tournaments enough, and they get there and they're in the tournament, but then they're also looking at all the side action, and if they just focus on how to win a tournament, they'd be more consistent.
Actually, it's funny you say that. So Roland pulled up last night. He had my car key left in his pocket,
Right.
So he had to bring it back to me.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, I said, there's action in here.
Right.
Lots of action.
And the first thing he said was, "I got to go back and get some rest for the tournament."
He said, no, I want to sleep good because, still in tournament.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
And one thing he mentioned, and this is a really cool spot, and I'm going to shout it out because I believe it's a big deal. He said, it's not fair to my sponsor,
Right. Right.
or he's referring to his backer,
Right.
or his Calcutta buyer. He says, it's not fair to my sponsor for me to stay up late and not focus on the tournament.
Right, I'm glad I had
That's
that
a big
talk
deal.
with him.
Did you have that talk with him?
No, I really didn't,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that he said that because well,
It's a big
obviously
deal.
for
He,
2 reasons, but
yeah, he shows a lot of respect to the people who put faith in him.
right,
So
right.
that's a big deal.
And I mean, for all you guys out there that you know aren't at that level yet, but you know you are getting bought into Calcutta. You know that's something that you know it's a small thing. It's not
Something you
really
got to kind of remember.
it's not really a small thing, but it might seem small to them because they don't get that yet. You know, but yeah, you know people have money invested in you just like you have money invested in you. You know, so treat it with some respect, and you know it'll go a long way.
Yeah, and that's something that there's a local player to me, and I'm not going to say any names, but oftentimes if he loses in the winner's side early in the
And just
tournament,
forfeit.
he'll just forfeit his loser's side match.
It's so funny. We talk about
Um,
the same thing at dinner.
and his so people won't buy him in the Calcutta, and
Right.
you know he could go on to just sweep the tournament, but
Or
people won't buy him because they're afraid he won't take it seriously.
right.
Um, and I mean, I've seen this guy. This guy's a good player. He plays way better than me.
Right.
I've seen him go to the pool
Yeah.
because nobody has faith in buying him,
Right.
even for 20 or 40 bucks,
Right. And I mean,
just because they feel like it's a loss.
right.
You know, immediately it's a loss.
And yeah, that's funny because that came up in our dinner conversation last night with BJ. I mean, he said we had the same exact conversation, but yeah, you can look at it a couple of different ways. I mean, but yeah, definitely respect the people that are putting money out there for you. There's
sure.
there's very little, not very little. There's limited money as it is in pool, so let's try to keep it there.
Yeah. And these guys, I'll tell you, I've seen it firsthand. Dennis, best money game player in the world.
And the
Shane
king,
Van Boning, he's the top-notch player, period.
right?
These guys are not making millions of dollars. If you
Yeah,
didn't know that,
John Schmidt made a really valid point years ago. He said, he could go on to win the U.S. Open, and he'd have to beat guys that are like the top 10% in the whole wide world of what they do in their craft, and they won't make 100,000 a year.
yeah,
And he says, you could be the 2,000th best golfer, and you could triple or quadruple their salary,
Yeah.
and not ever have to beat anybody, just make the cut or something like
Yeah.
that, and you'll be a millionaire.
Well, I mean, you think about it like this: you're sitting on the bench for,
Yeah.
let's see, the worst team I can think of. If we have any fans out there, I apologize, but you could be sitting on the bench for, the
Like-
Miami Dolphins,
Or
the New York
Atlanta-
Jets,
Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons. Yeah, you could be sitting on the bench, third string. You got to have two people go down and get injured before you ever get in there. They don't even pay attention to the fact that you didn't make practice yesterday
Yeah.
because they're not that worried about it. And you're making $250 a year.
Hey, listen, I looked it up one day. The water boy for like any professional NFL team, they make $45,000 a year for squirting a water bottle, and
They work probably 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Practice, and game day.
Yeah, exactly.
And they get all their travel paid for.
They get a ring. They get a ring if the team wins the championship.
The water boy ring. I love
Yeah.
it.
Alright,
Yeah, that's crazy.
so yeah,
That's what that's why all these action matches, all the pros are getting onto the idea of the action matches because there's so much money involved. Sky and Shane are just under 400,000 in the middle.
golly.
So somebody's walking out of there with 200K.
Right.
You win the U.S. Open 9-ball championship.
You win like what?
You're making like
30,000
I
at
think
best?
it's a little more than that. I think
40?
they probably break like 40, 50, 60.
Yeah, but after you figure in travel expenses and stuff.
And
like
that's
that.
the other thing, yeah. These action matches, a lot of times you have a backer sponsor. Oh, no.
BJ flinches there. you know, we haven't really been talking about the action here, but earlier, I think it was this rack. Scott had a shot on the one ball and he overcut it just a little bit, and you expect that coming out the gate, your first shot, especially a little tester, but then that's really uncharacteristic of BJ to hit that cut like that, and again, like I was saying, when when you're when you're putting a little bit of spin on that ball and you hit it at just that kind of in between speed, you're gonna catch a lot more throw than you're anticipating for.
Now watch this. Watch the amount of push that he has on his stroke.
Yeah. Yes.
But I want to go back and look at that and see if we can pinpoint exactly what happened
You're
there.
gonna see his head raised right at impact here. See how he kind of not his head, but his whole body
he
like
leaned
raises.
up. If you watch his foot, we'll go back and watch it one more time, guys. Watch his foot.
He's gonna raise up.
Oh, before he ever even made contact.
Now I'm gonna tell you something that people don't really think about here when they see shots like that. See how he's all scrunched up, or how he's forward with his bridge hand. I mean, his shooting arm right there.
Yeah.
See, he's trying to get out of the way. He's trying to get out of the way so he can go all the way through it. Now if he starts out just a touch bit higher.
I call it that. It's the false follow through. You're creating the ability to follow through.
Yeah, you're trying to get out of the way of your own body.
Look at this break. He's got an open bridge. He's a good ways away from the ball. This is about to be a power break.
Yeah, he's not babying this break.
Wow, that might be the hardest break I've seen all weekend. Not a lot of guys are playing that power break.
This little bead down here that they're using to mark the games
Scares me.
because I mean the 8-ball's right on top of it.
Well, so
and that ball went to the rail. I mean, it was like it was going to go to the rail, and it never got there, but it rocked back. Now it could be a groove in the rail, but it's so.
Well, here's the thing. So actually, we talked about the deception.
Right.
So if you look at that camera, that's a wide-angle camera.
I got you.
So we're actually seeing underneath the rail. So.
Guys,
yeah,
we're curving bullets over here.
Yeah, we are. We're curving a 7-foot slate table. But yeah, we can actually see underneath the rail, and you can tell by the shadow. If you look at the shadow on the end rail, see how it's out. Probably, I guess if that was an amount, we call it an inch or a half an inch.
Right.
That's because we're seeing the curve underneath the table.
I got you. All right, so
Scott's got a really big tester here. I kind of like playing the safety.
I want to say that he is playing a safe here. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that's how I'd have gone about that, but he came out okay, I think. Yeah, he came out okay.
Yeah, it's hard for me to tell on the monitor sometimes, like if you can see the ball or not. But yeah,
that's that curve we're talking about.
He did kind of clip the 5 ball with the cue ball because he was sending it that way, towards the 7 and the 6.
That's got to be the shot, right?
Well, yeah, if he's kicking at it.
Is he jumping?
This. All right, so the thing here is if he jumps at this ball, and he makes
he's going to smash into this area right here.
It's really
those
tough
balls, we don't know what they're going to do.
Right.
And he doesn't either.
If he does jump at it and he catches it, which I highly doubt it, I'm pretty sure he's lining up for your shot, the 3-rail kick from behind.
I think that because if he can stop his cue ball anywhere past there, anywhere on this side of the line.
I don't think he'll stop it here if he 3-rail kicks it. If he 3-rail kicks it, he's gonna cut the 2 to the left, and then go into the 4-5 for protection.
So you're saying after contact, he's gonna send it up here and kind of send his cue ball that way?
Yeah,
roughly.
Well, they send his cue ball that way.
The only reason I like the stop is because if you stop right there, it sends your 2 ball up here,
Right. Well, let's see how he hits it. He catches it full.
Oh, he almost laid that ball.
Side. But I don't think he's anticipating on kicking it to the side, because if he kicks it to the side, he still doesn't have a shot on the 3 ball,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's looking for the hit first, but yeah, he's trying to hit a specific side of it. It could just be execution in that spot.
And Scott very, very aware of what's going on around him, and paying attention.
If you guys don't know, Scott's a very hyper meticulous person, so he's gonna notice everything.
So the guy that's playing next to him, he kind of waited for them to shoot.
Right.
Oh, he played the outside of that pocket.
He played the outside of the pocket there.
So what do you like here? I mean, that 4 ball. I don't think the 4 ball passes the 10.
He's gonna play. You're gonna see him play the 4 on the side. I'm sure he's gonna check to make sure that the 4 goes by the 6 ball here. But yeah.
We're looking at that angle right there on the
Right.
4 ball. That doesn't leave him a whole lot for the 5.
Okay, so he overran shape a little bit. I'm pretty sure that he was playing shape. Yeah, there you go. He should have went 2 rails at this ball like he's pointing at. But he does have a half a chance to make this 10 ball on the carom here if it lays good. Now Scott's a very good one pocket player. So what you're probably gonna see here is Scott's gonna play the 10, but he's also gonna try to play where he's not gonna leave the shot on the 4 here if he misses it. You know.
And I hate to keep drawing on you guys' screen, but I think what Calvin's talking about here is playing the 4 ball up this way
Right.
while playing the carom into the 10. He's trying to make the 10 ball here. His cue ball is probably going to just drift somewhere in that area. But
He's rearing up here like he's banking this ball. Yeah.
Oh,
There
okay.
you go.
I thought he would be spot on with that shot, but that's a great shot.
Yeah. As soon as I seen him get down and the way he was stroking that ball, I said, yeah, he looks like he's rearing up for this bank.
You can always tell when a player is about to hit the ball hard because and what a lot of people don't understand is that your pre-stroke is not there for looks. It's designed just like a practice swing in golf. You're practicing the speed in which you're going to follow through.
Right.
Now this isn't ideal. It's not bad, not terrible, but
You're
it's
gonna
not
see Scott
ideal.
go to the side rail and back out.
I like cutting it the other way, actually.
Never mind. Yeah, you're right. He's cutting it to the bottom right-hand corner pocket here.
See, and I don't like that cut. I would prefer to cut it here and go out like that.
Yeah, the shot that
It gives me a chance to get a little force on it.
I think if the cue ball was a little bit further away from the rail, where if he was hitting low, that he wouldn't have to jack up, then you would see him shoot that shot over the one he shot.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Nice. These guys gonna settle into this right here. He knows this is a big shot. This is one that he don't want to hang because he wants to get this match tied up here.
Brandon, yes, the Raz is still open. Sorry, I just saw your message. Yes, the Raz is still open. If you would like to purchase some tickets for that, let me know how you want to pay, and I will tell you. Oh, he almost made the 10 ball too.
Yeah, well,
And pushed it really good.
He was already anticipating that he was going to run into the 10. He wanted to make sure that he ran into it in a good way so that he sends it towards the pocket and leaves a very good shot for himself.
Very, very
And
good.
very aware.
Good run there. So yeah, Brandon Nelson, if you want to get in on that Raz, let me know how you want to pay, either PayPal or Cash App, and I will respond back to you with how you can send that. We're just going through the comments, guys. Sorry, we're a little behind. Yes, it is. Thank you so much. It is 2-1, Scott. Sorry about that, guys. Cash App, Brandon, I'm going to reply to you right now, buddy. It's going to come here. So the tickets are $10 a piece, and you can send that to Phil MMP.
All right, now BJ was walking up behind Scott when he was breaking here because he's checking to make sure Scott's breaking from outside of the box,
Yeah. That is a requirement for this this tournament.
Somebody up there said, who's the favorite to win this tournament? Listen, they're all good players.
Yeah.
I mean,
we talked about it.
we
I don't know
do-
if there's a favorite. I've got 5 or 6 players in here that have a chance to win this thing.
We all kind of have an idea who the favorite is, but really at the end of the day, at this level, with some of these guys, yeah, you're a slight favorite, but I mean, it's a slight favorite is not like, something that you're real crazy about,
Yeah, no, not at
There's
all.
no locks, put it that way.
No, Craig, this is not the finals. We still have, this is actually one of 2 of 8 players left on the winner's side. So this tournament will probably go until 7 or 10 p.m. tonight, somewhere in that area. May even go a little later.
Yeah, it just depends on.
Because the matches are long races on the winter side, and when we get back to the finals, there'll be a race to 9. Are they doing same format, race to 9, race to 7? If we go to a double dip, or will they play both race to 9?
I can't say for certain, but I will say that the way that we've played most of our tournaments here, that Mike runs, that we do play a race to 9 on the winners, and then they get if they lose that first set, then yeah, they will play a race to 7 the next set.
So the second set of the finals, if we got that far, would drop down to a race to 7. So whoever's got that hot seat, if they lose that first match, the pressure is on them for sure. Tyler, look, man, if I had to pick somebody that I thought was going to win, if I was going to buy somebody in the Calcutta, of course, I think I would buy Roland. But that doesn't mean that I also don't want to buy BJ, and I also don't want to buy Jaybird. Um, I don't think there's a favorite, to be honest. I think there's a guy who, because of his status, may be considered the favorite, but I don't think there's a clear-cut favorite.
Right. And even if he is the favorite, I mean, he still has to go through multiple guys that play good enough to beat him.
He's going to have to go through one of these guys.
Yeah, I mean.
Now, they are on the opposite side of the bracket. I'll post the bracket, guys, so you can take a look at it yourself. But they're on opposite sides of the bracket. So whoever wins this match, right now Scott leading 3-1. Whoever wins this match, if it goes that far, we'll be playing Roland in the hot seat. But they both have another match before they get to that. So.
All right, now listen, what you're saying about Roland here. The guy that Roland playing on table 4 over there.
Good player.
His name's Jamie. I can't think of his last name, but this guy went for $20 in the Calcutta.
Jamie Bruce.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
He's by himself.
Of course, I mean
for $20.
Well, because nobody knows him, but
he came here with BJ, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And last night at dinner, BJ filled me in on it. So we have one guy sneak in here that actually plays really, really good. So he's got to get through. He's got to get through this sleeper guy first. So I mean, he might be the favorite, but hell, he's sitting there. Taking this match just as seriously as he would be taking any match against one of these guys like BJ, Scott, Jaybird.
Well, and here's the thing, we're staring at the table. If
Roland's
the favorite, Roland's not at the table right now,
exactly.
And Jamie just played a very nasty safety.
Yeah, so and we all know that the bar table can be an equalizer.
So I wish I had a camera pointing that way. Do you see the line?
Yeah,
the 10 ball's dead in the pocket.
He played a great safe, containing a safe shot there. It just come up bad for him.
He kind of laid up where Roland's got an 8-10 combo.
Well, it might be further away than, because we're looking down the line. There might be a huge gap through there.
Look at there. Oh, and he missed it.
That's what I'm saying. It might have been lined up because we're looking down the line of it, but there could be like
a
maybe
big gap,
2 feet of space between the two balls.
Meanwhile, Scott has kept BJ in the chair here for almost 3.5 games.
Yeah, and he's
but
he did
now
play the
so he played the two-way shot there. It's something we talked about yesterday, guys. There's 2 types of shots. There's a two-way shot where if you make it, you're okay, and if you miss it, you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's playing a shot that has 2 outcomes. Mm-hmm. That was a clear two-way shot.
Yeah. And if you're Efren,
a planned one.
And if you're Efren, you play a 3-way shot sometimes, where you even factor in the luck part of it, like that 2-ball shot yesterday.
I would love to see an action match going back to the old style of game.
Push out, roll out.
Two-shot push out.
Yeah.
No jumps.
Yeah. That way you actually see some kind of phenomenal shots, because they'll roll out to shots where you'll look at it and you'll be like, there's no shot here, and then he shoots something that he's already set up for.
And this is how Efren became the master of the kick. Back when he came to the States, obviously the tournaments, not all the tournaments played that way,
right.
But the primary game was 2-shot push out or 2-shot roll out 9-ball.
Yeah.
And the way that works, guys, is at any point you could roll out. And of course the other guy has the option to give it back to you. But you'd see guys get into some crazy safety battles if they didn't have the run.
Okay, now, now something,
Ooh, I
something.
don't like going over this ball.
Okay, well, something BJ told me last night was he was saying that something people don't realize is that how well he actually kicks. So
What is going on here? Is he going behind the 10?
no, he's kicking at this thing.
Now I
Yeah,
was
that was
looking at it,
weird.
and it
That was
looked
weird.
like he was aiming at the 10 ball.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, man.
Now again, we've said the camera is deceiving, but he didn't have a big lane there.
Well, he's jacked up, like we were talking about yesterday with his
Being jacked
playing
up
on a
on
bar
the
table.
bar box.
I mean, yeah, he got put there on purpose, but you know,
You know, if we had $1 for every time somebody had to jack up because of a ball or a rail being in the way,
yeah,
we might
we
be
we,
able
we
to.
might cover our Calcutta.
I was going to say we might be able to go to the gentleman's club, but
Okay. Well,
yeah, cover the Calcutta. That's a better
yeah,
option.
let's keep it PG.
lots of jacked up, elevated shots on the bar box.
And so Scott's shot worked out perfect for him here. He got the desired result for that. Aside from making the ball, he got Plan B going good.
Thank you, Brandon Nelson, for the raffle. Again, guys, if you want to get on that raffle, it's a great package, and I'll flash it up on the screen here in just a few minutes. Um, let's see what happens with Scott looking to go up 4-1. This is
You're gonna see
where
Scott go around here, I think.
this
Yeah.
is where BJ had Efren yesterday, and so
Right.
reverse the roles, and BJ probably feels a little helpless right now because he's at the mercy of Scott's break,
Yeah.
which has been the best break we've seen all weekend.
Well, I mean, you remember me telling you yesterday after that match, BJ beats Efren in kind of like a good fashion.
Yeah.
And I said, it'll be interesting to see how BJ responds in his next match because sometimes, you beat a great player.
Come off a big win and
yeah,
then
and
you
then-
lose to somebody who may not be as high
well,
caliber.
Well, not so
Or
much.
maybe
not
just
in this,
adrenaline.
Not in this case, but just how he reacts to his next match in general. Whoever he plays, because you've got all that adrenaline going. I mean, yeah, he's taking. This is day 3. He's already had a good break, but you're still in the back of your mind. You're still thinking, hey, I just beat the greatest player of all time. For the 3rd time in a month.
Yeah.
So I was real curious to see how he was going to respond to his first match out.
Now here, this is the first time we've seen the dry break. Now I will tell you, BJ, you couldn't see him off camera, but he was over here directly behind
Yeah, I said
Scott's
that
break.
a minute ago.
So what I am going to do is next time we see Scott break, I want to take a look at the overhead and make sure that he's within that line.
He is. If he wasn't, BJ would have called him out on it already.
Yeah. And what it is, it's a little touchy, guys, because it's base of the ball.
Yeah.
So part of that cue ball could be over the line, but if the base isn't, then he's okay.
Right.
BJ opting to play the safety. He's going to try and lock him up right on the 2 ball.
Yeah.
He didn't lock him up, but he's got the safe.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems in this rack, so BJ's opting to go ahead and try to get a good safe and get ball in hand here, so that he can work his way out of this. Now he does have the 5-7. It looks like it's lined up good, so that's not really the problem. The 3 ball.
Look at that. It almost followed my line, but
Yeah.
man, that's a nasty scratch.
Like I said, guys.
Very unfortunate.
You guys think Steven's just a commentator. This guy, he knows what he's talking about. I mean,
Man, I only see it when I'm in here. If I could see it on the table, I'd be a freaking champion.
yeah.
And then there's the execution part.
Yeah.
We're all champions in the box.
I'm not. I dog it from up here all the time.
I don't know. You called the bank earlier. That was pretty sick.
Yeah. Well,
I was looking at
when he gets
a
down,
crazy safety, and
when he gets down
you're
there,
like, nah, he's gonna bank it.
when he gets down, he rears up at it. I mean, I don't think he's hitting a safe that hard. All right, so now you got the 6 ball kind of in a funny spot here. Yeah, it goes in both corners. But he's got to play the combo on the 5, and he's got to be thinking about what shape he's going to get on the 5 too.
Well, if this was a 3-foul tournament, this is a 3-foul rack
Oh yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Because he's on one right here. If it was, and it's not, I would just simply shoot the 2 down, let it hit the 2 ball, and or shoot the 1 down and let it hit the 2 ball and go behind the 4. Put him on 2 fouls. But I just moved the score, guys. Sorry. But this is not a 3-foul tournament, so
He's gonna try to hit the 8. It looks like. I don't know. Oh, he's just trying to.
He's trying to
this
get angle.
That's what
Yeah,
it is.
he's trying to get angle. So I think what he wants to do here is I think the 3 goes in the side past the 9.
Maybe.
He's not gonna want to throw that ball though.
No, I think he wants it. I think he wants to play the 3 in the upper right hand corner, but you know, the reason why he got way he played shape to get way on the left side of this 2 ball, which I don't think he got all the way where he wanted to go, was because he wants to fall in a way where he can shoot the 3 in the corner and go straight up table.
Well, see, he just looked at it, and
So
it does go in the side according to the way he looked at it, his mannerisms. But the hard part is he's gonna have to be straight on it because you don't want to have to cut that ball. You don't want to have to spin it. Easier to pin down a gorilla than 3-foul Scott. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that he was already on 1. So here I like the safe. I really like the safety shot. Kick the 3 ball off the table and put your cue ball behind the 9 with some spin.
Now he's gonna go into the 8 and 6 if he's cutting this 3 in the side. I don't know if it goes or not, but
the 4 ball is way out from the side pocket. I don't like
it?
shooting the 4 ball in the side.
Okay.
I mean, of course, I saw Efren do it earlier, and
Into the 9.
yeah, there it
you
is. So now, I mean, he's still got a little work to do. The 5-7 looks like it's almost dead. There's a little space in between the 5-7, so he's gonna have to hit this ball good. Yeah, okay, so he got a good angle.
Right. So
That's the key there. He got the good angle for the 7 because it is leaning towards that left side of the pocket. Question is, can he hold the 5 ball? And he did.
All right, now he's in good shape here. Now he's going to play the 5 and the 6 in the same pocket. Or at least that's what I see. There you go.
Yeah,
he's pointing at it already where he wants to land.
And, you know, guys, if you've ever seen these guys play, point their stick somewhere, that's just telling them to say, hey, this is where I want to be.
Right.
Because I have to have a certain angle, or I have to have, a certain spot on the table. But it's not necessarily them saying, okay, this is where I'm going to land.
Right.
It's their ideal position.
Right. We're all human. If they go a little bit further or a little short, it's just a reference point for them in their mind of, this is where I need to be, and I have this much margin for error.
And he ended up good there. Well,
Nice, good here.
yeah, he's got a
He's
little bit
good
of
here.
angle. He's going to play it with inside, or just kind of
He's just
make
gonna
the
cut it to
ball.
the right like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you're shooting that, like you were saying, you like shooting them in the side,
The big
because
pockets.
it's a bigger pocket. But people sometimes they always look at it and they shoot to the big side of the pocket there, but there's a lot of room there. You can do what he just did and cut it a little bit to the right and then force your cue ball up.
Exactly. Yeah. So what he did, and it's something that's not easy to do, is he cheated the side pocket.
Yeah.
Not very often you can cheat the side pocket.
Yeah. When it's sitting out there in a certain way, it's deceiving.
And let's take a look at the bracket here and see if anybody else has won. I do see quite a few players playing. Nobody on the front side, on the hot side, have finished their match yet. So you have Curtis Whitaker playing Richard Dock, Jamie Bruce playing Roland Garcia, BJ and Scott playing right here on the TV table, and then Robbie Shelley and Barry Mashburn playing as well.
Now all of these winter side matches are good players here. Like you would expect.
Shoot, look at the backside.
Yeah.
On the backside, you got waiting. You got Corey Morphew is going to play the loser of Robbie Shelley, Barry Mashburn.
Yeah. You got John Stallings
in
the waiting on the loser,
the loser
BJ
here.
and Scott here.
And then Eddie Little's going to play the loser of Roland and Jamie. And then you got Jay Bird playing the loser of Curtis and Richard. So A lot of good matches coming up. I'm kind of excited for
The John Stallings.
John
Yeah.
Stallings playing the loser
Of this
of
match.
Jamie or is it?
Is it? I thought it was the loser of this match.
Oh, it is. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
John playing the loser of this. So in that case, it'd be Eddie Little. How much do you know about Eddie?
I don't even know this guy, to be honest, but I mean,
He beat Briggy General. He beat Paul Durgeon.
right.
Let's find him on the winner's side.
Yeah, I watched him play. I watched him play a little bit a minute ago against Briggy, like the end of their match, and I mean, he does play good. I mean, anybody that's made it this far plays good.
It's not a question as to if they play good. It's how good do they play.
Right, right.
So Eddie Little's his road to where he's at. He played Kelly Cancer, Eric DaCosta, and Barry Mashburn.
No, that's big. If he beat Barry Mashburn, then I mean,
Well, so actually that's where he lost.
oh, is it?
He lost to
that's
Barry.
the winner side. That's
Yeah.
the winner side you're looking at.
He lost to Barry, and then he beat Paul Durgeon and Briggy General.
Oh, okay. So he made it pretty far on the winner side. What did he make it? 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds on the winner side.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, so back to the action here. It looks like maybe BJ had a dry break here. I didn't see. We were looking at the bracket, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I mean, here's the point where you got to figure out if you're gonna play safe or if you're gonna try and get to the 2-ball.
Scott looks like he's trying to send the cube onto the 9 here.
I don't like the angle. He may like it. I don't.
Like this. Yeah, he come up just a little thin, hitting the 9 there. Yeah, this
the
is
4-ball.
Yeah.
Guys, this is disgusting. I don't know what he's going to do here. I feel like maybe his only option and what he's looking at here, just to give you guys a visual. So, I mean, this is wild. My lines aren't straight, but he's going to have to try and either avoid the 9 or maybe he can throw it to get just past the 10. No, I don't think so. What do you see? Oh, I got it. He's going to hit the point and come right back and cut it into the 7. I don't know, man. This one's got me stumped. It's got him stumped, too.
Yeah, this is definitely a tricky spot here. Alright, so yeah, he's so welded up on the 4-ball, he can't get to that rail where the 8's sitting at. If he can get to the rail where the 8's sitting at.
So right here, somebody asked me what's the most racks you guys seen run. So I personally last weekend watched with my very own eyes Dennis Arcola run a 10-pack on Shane. Now, let me specify real quick. He's trying to throw this ball straight across and come around 3 rails. I think that's what he was just looking at there for a second.
That's what I'm saying. If he wasn't so welded on the 4 here, he could go above the 8 and go 3 rails behind and kick the 2.
So the most I've seen was Dennis running the 10-pack. Now there's stuff out there saying people have seen other stuff. Let me specify: Dennis Arcola ran the 10-pack with 9 on the spot, which is a very large difference. You're not going to make the wing ball. Well, those guys did, but if you're playing 1 on the spot, you're making the wing ball almost every time if you know how to rack.
Right.
So you're always staying at the table. 9 on the spot's a little different. Of course, we didn't see very many dry breaks in that match. We saw, I think we saw 4 illegal breaks and 5 dry breaks in 200 and something games. But most racks I've seen is the 10. Have you seen anything more? And that's on video, so that's confirmed on video. I've heard of Mike Massey running 22 and Josh Filler running more.
Let's look at this. Hit it.
Wow.
That was an amazing shot, guys. That was an amazing shot there. I mean, he can only hit I call it a sliver.
A smidge.
Of the 2-ball there because it was so tied up. And then not only that, but he made a good hit and he got a rail,
I mean, he cut.
And I don't know if there's a shot. Can you get to the overhead?
He cut a 1/4-inch ball there. These are 2¼ inch balls, and he cut a 1/4 inch ball.
Yeah,
And I
that was
think it
amazing.
does go past, but I mean, what are you going to do with the 3 ball there?
But that was amazing though because I mean he was jacked. He had to shoot that shot jacked up, so he had to judge the spin on a one railer, just to hit a quarter of the
Disgusting.
ball. That was a
Absolutely
great shot.
disgusting.
Hopefully he gets back to the table after making a shot like that.
And he's going to get a chance
Well, he
here.
is getting back to the table here, so
Not sure
you
he's
know.
going to like it, though. I mean,
Well, I mean,
he doesn't have to like that shot.
yeah, but it's better than sitting in the chair and watching the guy run out.
Very, very true. So again, here he's got like a nasty angle. Um, Probably the most general shot I see would be going just like this and just trying to kick the 2 ball off the table. He's looking at a lot of different stuff here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he's going to do here.
If he shoots your shot right here, his plan is to go behind the three with the cue ball.
He's trying to stick his cue ball right there.
Yeah.
He's questioning it. Oh, here, Eric, I mean, this is 10 ball. We haven't seen a lot of break and runs, and I don't think we've seen very many packs. I think maybe BJ yesterday put a 2 or a 3 on Efren, but 10 ball is tough to break and run, and it's tough to put together packs. Oh, look at there. That's disgusting.
So somebody in the chat said Tyler says that supposedly fillers run a 25 pack on a 9-foot diamond. Yeah, but he's playing the ghost or something like that where he's getting ball in hand after the break probably because I mean who's he gonna play a more than a 25? Race to or game where he's gonna have a chance to run 25 pack.
Yeah, even the Euro Tour. So the reason Dennis has the world record now for the highest pack is because the Euro Tour's races are only to 9.
Yeah.
So they can't, even if they break and run the set, they can't beat it. Euro Tour plays 9 on the spot. So
right. Yeah. The most I've ever seen is 13, and it was actually by a guy that was supposed to be here this weekend, Jason Hayward, on a bar table as a 13 pack. So yeah.
And that's probably Accurac or one on the spot.
No. This was like way back. You're talking about like.
Back in the Big Pocket Valley days. Probably
You're
played
talking about like 18 years ago, probably like playing on a Valley bar table.
Valley bar table.
Yeah.
Big Pockets. Not taking anything away from it. A 13 pack is stupid strong.
Yeah.
But the conditions for today's play has changed quite a bit.
For sure.
You're right, guys. This is a breaking contest. And so far, Scott has had the better end of the breaking contest.
All right.
Robert says Eddie's a good player that doesn't play much at all. We're not really familiar with Eddie. He's playing 3 tables over.
Billy Miles asks Roland versus Jamie. Jamie Bruce is the guy's last name.
If it tells you anything, he's a road dog of BJ Ussery, who's playing right here.
Yeah.
Champions.
The guy literally practiced his break all day yesterday when he had a chance. So he probably broke the balls for like 4 hours when he had a chance to get on the table.
Yeah, Eric, in this tournament, I think we may have seen a 2 or 3 pack yesterday with BJ against Efren. But
well, I'm gonna just tell you now, I witnessed a 4-pack because I played Jay Bird.
He put a 4-pack on you. So off the TV table, we've seen a 4-pack.
Yeah.
Tyler Hess, according to him, he ran a 20. I mean,
okay, well,
that's awesome, and I'm not doubting it because he definitely has the ability to do it. I would love to see that video because breaking and running 25 on a 9-foot, that's stupid strong.
I mean,
Jason probably did it in 15 minutes. The 4-pack on you.
Hey, listen.
Pretty quick.
Listen, back in the day, that guy, he was faster than Tony Watson, probably.
I know this much. There's a gentleman in the Dallas area. His name's Daniel Herring. Super good player. He actually, well, you might know this guy. Do you know Tedder? Do you know the name? Okay, so him and Tedder played. You know how Tedder plays those weird sets.
Right.
So him and Tedder played a set for I think 14,000.
Okay.
That was the number. 14,000.
All right, he's gonna pin him up behind the 8 here. Sorry, I don't mean to cut
Yeah,
you
he
off
is.
there. Yeah.
Oh,
Get a
did he catch a
rail.
rail?
I couldn't see him. He stood up right before I got there. So apparently he got a rail with the cue ball.
Yeah, must have.
Yeah, because he just walked away. Scott didn't say anything. Yeah, he was kind of standing right where we couldn't see where the cue ball could hit the rail or not. But go ahead, yeah, Tedder.
So Tedder, you know how Tedder plays. So
Right.
Daniel beats Tedder, playing
Okay.
for like 14K, playing one pocket. So
Right.
now you have a gauge of how good Daniel plays.
Okay.
I watched Daniel beat a guy in a race to 9 in 21 minutes. There was only one early 9.
Oh my God.
21 minutes. Stupid strong. David said Jamie Bruce is a 7 in the Q City tournaments. He's no champion.
Okay. Well.
I don't know, David. Maybe Jamie's holding out on you guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in the top 8 of a stupid strong tournament, and it looks like.
And he's definitely giving Roland a run for his money down there.
Is he done here? I don't see Roland.
Roland must have went to the bathroom.
Yeah, Roland must have taken a bathroom break. I don't know the score. I gotta run up to the bar and get something to drink here in just a second, so I will try and peek a look at the score, but I'm not gonna know who's what unless I catch them when they're done with the game, and I don't want to walk in front of these guys. So
Yeah, for us to get out of here and to
we have to walk
to the
right
bar,
in
we have
front
to
of
walk
this
right in
table.
front of everybody's shot.
Yeah. So it's really it's a timing thing. You gotta squeeze in and out when you can. I stood over in that corner right over there for a few minutes yesterday. I think I stood there for about 6 minutes waiting for them to finish a rack so I could walk through.
BJ almost missed that ball. Did you see that?
Yeah, he played it. It swept its feet. Swept its feet on the way in. Oh, this tournament, what we thought was going to be a little bit of maybe a run over. BJ's.
I did not think it was going to be that.
Well, at 4-1, you had to think.
Oh, you talking about this match?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay, this particular match.
Yeah, no. At 4-1, you had to think that.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Scott was about to run away with it.
You said this tournament was going to.
Oh no.
I said you're going to run over at this field then.
Oh no. Uh-oh. So maybe Jesse Hernandez knows something that we don't know. He replied to David, said jump on him with some 500 or 1K sets. Maybe Mr. Bruce plays real good for the money.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Sorry, I just
You
grabbed.
just grabbed me.
I just grabbed Steven because I did not expect him to miss that ball.
And BJ walked back to his seat. Maybe an expletive in there, but he said I choked.
Guys, listen, I have nothing vested in this match, and I am thoroughly surprised by that, man.
I want to watch this. I'm gonna step out right after this. I'm gonna leave you here alone, but I want to watch this replay. I want to know what happened. Watch his feet. His feet were planted, but he just kind of raised up, right? His head. Watch his head.
Yeah, he's upset. He's upset with himself. He knows that he wasn't settled on this shot right here. And he just got down and continued. Anytime you see these pro players or any high level player get upset with themselves over something like that, it's because they knew they weren't fully committed to the shot or something didn't sit right and they just shot it anyways.
So watch. I'm gonna do the replay one more time. Watch his jaw, his mouth.
He definitely raises up before he strikes.
Just watch right here.
Yeah.
I think when he followed his cue through, and I do this a bit.
I'm telling you,
sounds kind of weird.
When you're really scrunched up like that, to get out of the way of the cue, you've got to raise up because your arm's already,
I actually think his cue
went
underneath his chin because I saw his chin move.
No,
I think his cue went underneath his chin and maybe altered the path a little.
Right. No. One thing BJ just did there that is kind of like maintain or managing your mental state is. BJ just went ahead and told Scott to break. He's going to go to the bathroom.
So do you? I don't mean to cut you off. Yeah. Do you know Rick Stanley?
No,
Rick Stanley's a phenomenal player in the Dallas area.
Okay.
Plays really, really good. I watched him destroy Shane McMahon. Right. He said the ball skidded
I didn't see the ball skid, and if it had skidded, BJ was definitely going to say something about it. He said he dogged it.
It did skid.
It did skid
It
a little
did
bit.
skid.
Yeah,
Okay, thanks for that, Rick.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's less of BJ's issue and more of just an anomaly.
Right now,
Um,
BJ probably now if that's the case, BJ didn't even think the ball skidded. That's the scary thing is BJ didn't even think the ball skidded. He was just mad at himself for. He said he was mad at himself for dogging it right there. You know.
I don't know if he made it skid, Tyler. I think, a true skid is caused by a friction between the cue ball and the object ball. That's what a true skid is. So there's nothing that man could have done to cause the skid. Um,
I don't know. BJ's gonna come back from the bathroom here with a shot,
well, and
or at least a look at the table here. I mean, you
two,
can see the two ball.
one of two things is going to happen. We may either see BJ continue to struggle, or he's about to come on fire.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely gonna start out by welding this up though.
He
He's definitely gonna start out by looking for a way to get ball in hand here. I don't think he's just gonna outright come in here and try to run these balls from this layout.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. There's about 200 of us watching it here. If you would, go ahead and hit that share button. Share the stream, push it out there. We've got a ton of great matches on the way. So I've got a view of the table right here. So Jamie, Bruce, and Roland. I don't know who is where.
Somebody's on 3.
Somebody's on 3. And so I'm going to keep an eye on that table and see what we can figure out. Yeah, Rick, they can be a confidence killer.
Cole Lewis. Yeah, this is a winner side Cole. This is a race to, on the winner side. They're playing a race to 9. So if you see race to 9 up there, they're playing a winner side match.
And Rick Stanley's another guy that he shoots super fast. He plays. I'm convinced you could put that man on a 7-second shot clock and he would be just fine.
Right.
Those are the guys that scare me the most in tournaments.
The guys that shoot fast. Is that a little intimidating?
When they make decisions fast.
Oh yeah, when they get down.
Because when they're confident on their decision making, and they get up there and shoot that fast and they're not missing, it's hard to rattle a guy like that. I played Rick one time in Shreveport, and we were playing even, and we were just kind of messing around, really. I got lucky. I only lost about $40 to him, but the man plays solid 750, 760 speed. Him and BJ would be a super fun match for me to watch.
When a guy shoots fast like that and you lose $40, it's painless, right?
Well, he was shooting kind of slow, but yeah, I mean, somebody owes somebody some push-ups. That's messed up. Y'all betting push-ups? I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, if y'all are betting push-ups, y'all are betting too high for me.
No joke. Better than betting shots.
I can't afford it.
I'm not a drinker.
I can't afford push-ups and sit-ups.
$1,000 set, he's fine, but push-ups,
Yeah.
out of there.
I'm out of it.
So Roland Garcia at the table, 2 tables over. They're down to 5 balls left on the table, so we'll figure out what one side of the score is. He's too good to play now.
I can't believe these guys in the chat are high rolling us with push-ups.
Push-ups, yeah, man. If you guys wanted to bet big, you could have just said so.
Yeah. Oh, no. The overhead here? Oh, wow.
I think he can just barely tap it, but there's no payoff here, even for tapping it. I like kicking it because you get something out of it.
You're going to see him try to go back behind behind the 8 here.
I don't think he can get enough spin to keep it there.
He got there.
I think we're going to see a jump shot coming.
owe me a push-up for every time there's a jacked up shot.
No, you owe me a push-up for every time there's a jacked up shot.
He had a jack up over there with the bridge and Roland's match, and now he's got to cut the 10 backwards. I think that jacked up as hell.
He cuts the 10.
Yeah, it cuts the 10 in the side.
Let's see what happens with the
coin.
We'll be able to tell you the score right here. I'm keeping an eye on it. Somebody loves you, Calvin.
Aw.
Nobody loves me.
We'll find you somebody by the end of this trip.
My wife loves me, and she doesn't really want anybody else to love me.
Okay.
It's a good shot. A very good jump shot. All right, the score, guys, for Roland and Jamie Bruce. Remember, Roland's a champion.
What was the score over there?
I never saw him move it. It may be at the end of the table, which means Roland may be up really big.
Oh, good
wow.
God.
We talked about a big break.
Hey, guys, listen.
Roland
it
just
happened.
smashed that.
It happened on the what is it, 2 tables away?
Yeah, and we could hear it through the headsets.
Yeah. Jesus.
I'll tell you what, man.
He broke from the side. He broke from the side and popped the cue ball straight up in the air about
probably a foot and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strong. Roland is actually Roland's actually traveling with me. He does travel with Efren though. He travels with Dennis and Efren and Carlo Beato, those guys like that. Of course, Dennis just went back to the Philippines. He's taken
Do those guys play pretty well?
month off. What's that?
Do those guys play good?
Dennis and Carlo? They play all right. I mean, I give them the 8 ball.
But they're not gonna bet us no push-ups. We'll high roll them.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this rack to be over.
How
and
many
I'm gonna
players
slide
left in
by
the
'em.
tournament, Scott? 16? Is that right?
So yeah, I think we're gonna be down to 12 now because we saw 4 people lose this morning.
Okay, yeah.
I believe.
I think when they came back, there were 16, right? This
Yeah,
morning?
we had 4 losers this morning, so we're down to the final 12. What time is it? 2:40. Yeah, we're looking at a 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock finish. Just because the races on the top side are a little longer.
We'll see. You know, when you get down to like those last matches, it can drag a little bit.
Well,
Everybody wants to win. Everybody sees the money. You know, so everybody's gonna take
a little bit more time.
just a little bit longer.
And BJ's really probably feeling the pressure here.
Yeah, well, BJ's taking just a little bit extra since he came back from the break here. He wants to make sure that he closes this gap here.
Really smooth stroke. He didn't really want to be on that rail, but Roland Garcia just made a phenomenal jump shot over there.
Is there any shot that he makes that's not phenomenal? I mean, I just want to see him make a routine.
He's going to try and come up the table. I like hitting that ball a little firmer and going 2 rails. Out.
Playing it in the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personal preference, probably. Also, with the issues that BJ's had in this match, maybe he's wanting to take things a little simpler.
Yeah, like we were talking about in that Christy Norris match. Remember?
Keep it simple.
Subconsciously, you're backing off of the spin a little bit. You're kind of like more in a cinch mode, because you want to
do as little as possible to get where you need to be.
Right. Now let's watch his movement here. He's moving a little bit left and right there.
He's got some shake in his head. He did raise up there, but he was able to nail it.
He's really focused in. Sometimes you can be too focused, and you could be trying harder than you need to be because you're feeling the intensity of the match.
Exactly. I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna try and get a score on this match over here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab some food and a drink.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll be right back.
Update us on our horse.
Yeah, I'll throw you some hand signs here in a minute when I get to the end of the road over there.
Be careful. Don't be throwing no gang signs from across the room.
Especially here.
Yeah, especially
in this shopping center.
Yeah. Yeah. BJ's been breaking from the same spot on this table since yesterday. Obviously, he likes it. He likes this particular spot for this break. He's been hitting it and drawing his rock straight down the middle of the table, towards the middle of the short rail here. So let's see. So he switched it up a little bit there, and yeah, that might be. I don't know if he's going to be thinking about it whenever he gets the next break, but that's definitely a better break than the one that he was doing all day yesterday, where he was drawing the cue ball straight down the middle of the table. Um, BJ's going to get out from this spot a lot at a high percentage here. Yeah, so update on that Roland Jamie Bruce match. Roland's up 6-3. Okay, so if BJ opted, he cheated the pocket a little bit there and decided to go to the short side of this two ball. It probably laid easier for him to do that, where he didn't have to force over and cheat the pocket the other way. So it looks like he's going to be playing shape for the three in the side. Uh, that'll lead him. That'll lead him to the four, but the window for the four is awfully small. It looks like he has an ideal angle here where he's just going to roll forward here. Just a speed shot here. Oh, he rolled into the six. That's way better there. This should be the key shot of the rack here. Is this four ball? The Tiffany, the berry mash for Robbie Shelley. I can't see the score. They're about 4 tables down from us, but Robbie's at the table running out this rack. He's got three balls left on the table. So once they finish that rack, I'll give you a score update. It'll only be on, I don't know where one of the guys' score will be at, but that's a great run out right there by BJ. Break and run. Um, let's pay attention to if BJ's definitely going to break from the same spot, I would assume. But let's see how he breaks the balls. I don't think he's going to be drawing that rock back down anymore after getting that good break. You're going to probably see him. You're probably going to see him hit the one ball full and kind of like a 9-ball break where he's going to just stay on the left side with his cue ball, the left side of the rack. he did draw it back down to the short rail here. Now, let's see. Oh yeah, this is what BJ needed here. Another great break here. He has an open layout. Again, he's a high percentage to run out from here as well. He's kind of shaking his head a little bit. He does have the right angle to go towards this three ball, but the speed's going to be touchy because he wants to land on this three ball on a certain spot or on a certain side here. And it's hard when there's no rail there and you're just floating out into open space. Yeah, so he must have fallen either straight on this three ball or where he's got to cut it a little bit to his left. So, you know, he's checking to see if this four ball passes into the side pocket past the 9. Yeah. So 4 to the side, and I'm assuming he's going to float down and play the 5 in the opposite side pocket. Like that. Oh, he played it off the 9. He did real good there to make sure he got up and got an angle so they can go towards the 7 here. Now you want to be on the... Yeah, your speed's got to be good there. And this table does roll downhill towards the spot a little bit, so you got to be just a touch careful going that way like BJ did because the 9 is there. But he's poised to win this rack and notch this thing up at 5. Scott, yeah, off the 9, yeah, definitely. It's hard to see. It's hard to see on this TV. You know, I used to sit there and watch this stuff too and be like, man, how do these guys not know if a ball goes or not on the TV? But yeah, when you're actually up here, it is deceptive. I can't tell what goes in what pocket, if it's blocked or not. Alright, so 2-pack by BJ. Same Pete Sellers, same. Yeah, so just so you guys can know how intense this match is right now, BJ, before this break, he went over to where he's got his stuff sitting at. He took a big sip of his drink and took a towel. I thought he was going to wipe his stick down. He wiped his whole head down. Oh, man, look at BJ breaking these balls now. Wow. Another big break by BJ here. And, again, this layout is one that he's going to get out a high percentage of the time here. But again, you know, I hate to say like, you know, oh yeah, he's out from here because a lot of commentators say that, but you know, there is pressure even though these guys are professional pool players or they play at a pro level. You still got to get down there. There's still pressure of the match, so it's not like these are just gimmies. Even though, you know, if you're practicing, yeah, these are kind of gimmies, but you know, when you're fighting for your tournament life or staying on the winner side and, you know, kind of guaranteeing yourself another couple rounds, you know, nothing's a real gimme. his stroke loose there. Now, when you see a guy shoot that shot right there, you know, yeah, he could have just drew the ball out to space there, but I think because BJ's really pumped up right now, so like that shot. If you're pumped up like that, it's harder to like hit a shot with control. So if you hit it at that pace right there, you give yourself a lot of leeway. Because either way you're getting shape on that ball, and you don't have to worry about under hitting it either. Guys, BJ with a 3-pack to take a 1-game lead here.
All right, what we got going on here? We're
Man,
making a
so,
game out of it?
Yeah, so while you're gone, BJ ran a 3-pack.
Oh.
BJ's break has been really good here. Watch, I wouldn't be surprised if he breaks.
Is he currently on the 3-pack?
Yeah, this will be 4.
This will be 4 if he can get out. Well,
and
he's got an opportunity.
Yeah,
that 3-9 goes.
yeah, he's. I mean, he just found the break like out of nowhere while you were gone. I think you're jinxing him.
Whoops. Do I need to go back? And we always try to keep people updated on what we're seeing here. So let's get our... Where's the producer for this thing? We need that current run stuff up there. Where's the current run at, producer?
Yeah, he's working on it right now.
Okay, there it is.
All right,
Current
there
run
you go.
3 working on 4.
Snap your fingers, and there it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're gonna see BJ go back and forth across here. He's
When you're feeling it, you really,
yeah.
yeah. Get some color up there. That thing's hard to see. Yeah, that's not any better.
Going white.
Yeah, we'll have to try white. I was afraid the white... Okay, there we go.
There we go.
I was afraid the white wouldn't show up very well. Okay, well, that's gone now. Dang it, producer, you jinxed him. But he did leave him a little tough.
Commentary's curse.
Now, I will tell you right now, so it looks like Jamie's breaking. Roland is on the hill.
Okay.
So I walked away and Roland won a quick 3 or quick 2.
Well, you walked away and BJ won a quick 3. Quick
Very
4.
quick, apparently.
Quick 4. Oh, look at this Mass A shot.
Oh, wow. And that right there takes a little bit of skill because you have to make sure you don't follow it in.
Right.
Which is a very real thing.
Yeah, very common to follow that ball in on a Mass A.
Trying to catch up on the chat, guys. You guys are killing it on the chat. A little action in the chat. But Barry Mashburn and Robbie Shelley. I'm not sure.
Barry's at the table racking, so. Oh. He was on the right side to get shape on the 3, but his cue ball just didn't get up enough here. Let's see what he was looking at. Okay, well, he does have a cut at this 3 ball. His cue ball's going to be just a little bit hot coming out here, but the 6 is out here in the open, so. Looks like he's playing safe. Yeah, he's playing safe here.
That's a good safety right there.
Right.
And these guys are definitely feeling the pressure. They're playing a little bit more defensively, it seems like.
Well, Scott just got sat down in the chair. Scott just got sat down in the chair there for 4 racks. So, you know, maybe he doesn't want to risk shooting this 3 ball and not really guaranteeing where his cue ball is going to land, because it looks like it's going to come out hot if he was trying to cut it backwards. And plus, he might have been looking at where he was going to be running into balls and stuff like that. And he's going to execute the safe, 10 out of 10 times. And the shot that he had, it is missable. So,
Yeah, and well, the one thing that I talked to Shane and Dennis about, we did a pre-match interview for those 2 guys, and I talked to Shane about the 10-pack. And I said, what do you do when you've been sitting in the chair for that long? And he said, one, you have to approach it like that's like a jump shot he's going to get. Oh, he got a little kiss there.
Yeah,
a little kiss to avoid the scratch.
He must have got a kiss there, because that ball was going right towards us, towards the corner.
Yeah.
In the drink.
So Shane said, one, you have to keep all the negative energy away.
Right.
And 2, when you approach the table, you have to approach it with no excitement. You've been sitting in the chair for a long time.
Right.
You're excited to get back to the
you
table.
You want to calm your nerves down.
You finally get a chance to make up some ground. And if you come to the table excited, it can cause issues. That's a great
Scott
shot right there. Wow.
Great blood test there,
That is strong.
Not cinching this ball or nothing. He's letting it loose. And you guys, whenever you're watching like two top flight players, that's what you're gonna see is, hey, I'm going to answer the call whenever I have a blood test like this. I'm not just going to be pinching this ball and making it. I'm shooting it to let you know that I'm getting out. It sends a message to the other guy, that they're just real subtle things, Beautiful. Scott said, yeah, okay, you run a 3-pack on me, you sit me in the chair, but I'm not going anywhere. I mean, this is, no matter who wins this match right here, guys, I mean, this is competing right here.
Well, and we saw earlier somebody said, they think we're going to see Roland and BJ in the hot seat.
Hey,
and I couldn't have disagreed with that.
Don't count Scott Rayburn out. I mean, Scott Rayburn, he can play.
Yeah, I couldn't have.
And he was about to show you guys he can play by racking the 10 up front. I mean, he was really going to show you guys how to play this game.
But if you thought BJ was just the hands-on favorite to win that side of the bracket, Scott's here to prove you wrong.
Hey, listen, Scott knocked off Jaybird on the winner's side, so if that tells you anything, he has not had the easiest of draws. Just put it that way. Actually, it's my fault. I guess if I beat Jaybird, then, Scott doesn't have to worry about Jaybird.
Yes, the wings weren't no good.
What's that?
The wings weren't no good.
Oh, they're good. I understand. The wings no good?
Oh, look at there. So you saw a different break there. You saw that? He broke from way over here.
Yeah. And I don't know. BJ come over here and asked me about them wings, but I think he's coming over here to check on Scott to make sure Scott wasn't going to put that ball close to the line again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a little bit of subtlety there.
And guys, we appreciate you being active in the chat. It's a lot of fun. Just to clear something up, I don't think the headphones are disrespectful. I think it's more of a focus thing. And I play with headphones in, especially with rotation where you're not calling anything. A push out, you can easily just put your hand up and push out, saying, "Hey, I'm gonna push." Um, and I like to socialize with my opponent. I like to have little chit chats. Um, but I think the headphones is really a zone thing. BJ wants to be in the zone, so I don't think it's disrespectful, and I think he has a lot of respect for Scott. So,
Yeah,
so don't think of it like that.
I think a good way to think about this headphone thing is like now me personally, for me now, I don't like wearing headphones. If I see my opponent wearing headphones, I feel like he's got a focusing problem or he's going to be distracted easily. He needs something to help him, and that's no different from a guy drinking a beer while he's playing to take the edge off, or if a guy plays with different equipment or something like that. I mean, if that's what he needs to get there, then that's what he needs to get there. I mean, it's not like he's doing anything that's against the rules.
And also another thing for me is I have a pretty odd music taste.
Right, right.
So I'm not a country fan. I don't know country music.
No,
If country music's on
no
the
Luke Combs for you.
no Luke Combs. He was just in East Texas too. I could have cared less, and it's nothing against country music. It's not my forte.
Right.
So I am
More of a
all about putting.
Disney musicals.
Yeah, definitely.
Frozen.
Some what's the song? You're Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Moana.
Yeah.
It's, I'm not good at this.
I caught him. I caught him.
No, so I mean, Church for the Wind. I'm pretty particular on my music, and I also don't do like heavy rap.
Right.
So I kind of like to get in my own zone with my
Right.
music.
Yeah.
And
Hey, and listen, a lot of times, I mean, a good example would be when those guys are playing in heavy action for 2 days, the one guy's got headphones in, he's ain't even got them plugged in, He might have those headphones in just to have them in, just so you'll talk about them, and he can hear everything you're saying.
now I will tell you, I have before put my headphones in knowing that they were
Off?
10 minutes away from dying,
Yeah.
but it also keeps people from talking to me.
Right. Right.
People, I was playing a pretty big set,
Mm-hmm.
and it kept people from walking up and asking me the score, or asking me
Right.
what we were playing for.
Right.
They knew if I had my headphones in, and I still had somebody come up and tap me on the shoulder, and I was like, I can't hear you. I got music in.
Right.
It's a maybe a super respectful way of saying don't talk to me right now.
Right. Hey man, I'm here working. Don't distract me.
And
Well, the
that's
four.
unfortunate, but
Well, the four ball's
in a
in
tough spot.
kind of tough spot. I don't think it goes in the side. I mean, you can tell me
think
better.
you might be able to play that. No, it doesn't go in the side. I think he might be able to play the 4-8. Even that's a little touchy, though. I feel like a safety is incoming.
All right. So what I think's gonna happen here, what I think's gonna happen here is you're gonna see him go to the. He's gonna make this 3 ball and go to the right side of the 4 ball, and he's probably gonna play a stop shot right
Stop
here and
right
pin
there.
him right there behind the 6.
Shoot the 4-ball up table. You just gotta avoid
Make sure
going
that you
there.
don't make it anywhere. But I mean, that's my guess. But we'll see what happens here.
I'm pretty sure you're spot on. Now, you do have to be careful because the angle he's at.
Right.
He doesn't want to put any left or right on this
You got to
ball.
be able to hit this ball dead. Now he might, if this ball does pass deceptively into the side, then
I don't
we're
think
terribly
it does.
wrong.
Nah, I don't think it does.
There we go.
And he made sure he didn't make it. Look at this. This
Yeah.
is disgusting.
Yeah, and you leave the guy, like I said yesterday. When you're welding a guy up on a ball, you want to make sure to weld him in a up and down way like this, where, yeah, he
You
can
take
see
away
it.
all the angles
Well,
to the sides.
he can see the side rail, but he can't see enough of the side rail to hit the ball on a natural line. He's got to spin at it, and that's going to take a lot of judgment. So, real smart shot there. Real smart shot there from BJ. So this is the line that you think he's going to take here. Go around the 8, 3 rails at the 4.
So you see the little bend in my line there
Right.
at the 8 ball. He's got to throw this ball to keep it from avoiding the 8 ball,
Right.
or to avoid the 8 ball.
Okay, now,
Sorry, guys, you're right. I do have
yeah, the score is
the
6 to
Z
6.
shot. I don't know. You're talking about here to here to here.
Well, Efren still
That's
is in the
feasible,
building.
yeah.
Efren's still in the building here, so
Just
I
need
mean,
to channel him real quick. Oh, sorry, guys.
Efren Reyes, give me strength.
The Z shot is there.
Well, it looks like that's what we're going for here, though.
Well, let's
the
go
way he's
back and
lined
see
up
it.
at it. Yeah, the way he's lined up at it, he is shooting the Z shot now.
And he's playing it with top English because you want that ball to run after it hits the first rail.
Okay, now you got a W shot there.
Yeah, W.
You get a W shot there, so I mean, yeah, you're close in the chat there with the Z shot, but that's more of a W.
Now, the big thing here is BJ can play this with inside, hold the cue ball on this side of the 6 ball, and he's out. He should be. You know, Cody, if both of these players weren't just top-notch players, I like your idea of putting the 7 on the 8, but you never want to give up control of the table and just give up ball in hand when you have the chance to at least hit it, because then you're giving your opponent complete control of the table. And with 4 balls on the table, he could easily break that ball out, depending on how tight it is.
Hey, listen, you never want to be at the mercy of your opponent.
Especially ball in hand.
If you've got a chance to do something, and go ahead and take it. I mean, if I'm gonna go down, I want to go down shooting.
Yeah.
Shooting, and I want to go down on my own terms.
I have a very good friend of mine. His name's Bobby Martinez. He told me once in a pretty important match, he said, if the safety is as hard as the shot,
Go for the shot.
always take the shot.
Exactly.
Because, and I asked him, I said, why? And he said, because would you rather go down hiding in the corner, or go down, and this is the way he said it, go down Bruce Willis Die Hard style.
Right.
And
Yippee-ki-yay.
me, I'm a Bruce Willis Die Hard guy.
Right. Yeah. I mean, a great line from another person, Danny DiLiberto, says, do you want to lose shooting a phony safety?
And I'm a big advocate for defense. I think defense wins games.
Oh, yeah.
But,
I mean, obviously, right there
yeah.
by BJ, he welds him up. Scott makes a great kick, but of course, that's one of those where I want to hit it solid and hope something happens, and just play the role. Now,
But
let's see what BJ does on this breaker, because he's been breaking the balls real good.
So he's breaking a kind of a straight back. He's hitting the one square from the angle that he's at,
Right.
but he didn't make anything. And
Yeah.
we're seeing a lot of this, guys. With 9 ball, it's easier to make the wing ball or to make the 1 ball. You don't see very many dry breaks at high level 9 ball, but 10 ball is just an entirely different animal. That's why Shane is so good at 10 ball, because he did one thing that a lot of other people haven't done, and that's learn how to break the 10 ball rack.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely has the most time probably spent on practicing the break for sure. And I'm telling you, man, like this breaking from outside the box for this 10 ball is, I mean, it's tough for these guys. I mean, it's apparent when you watch these guys that are high level players, and you see them struggling on their break. I mean, it's because of this breaking outside the box. It's just not ideal, and that's why.
And that's also why BJ was.
Yeah, you see BJ
kinda
over there, kind of
checking
like
it.
hawking where he's putting that cue ball when Scott's breaking, because he wants to make sure that Scott's not getting any kind of an advantage. And
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see what Scott's got planned here for this 4 ball. I feel like Scott's going to play for the angle where he's going to be cutting this 3 ball to the upper right-hand corner pocket.
To get around and move the 4-6.
Either to get
Or
around,
shoot the combo.
either to get around it, or to play shape for the combo here. Now,
I like running into it. Obviously, this is a big no-no for the guy who's been helping me with my game. You never want to run into the ball that's on the outside that you need to hit. You get what I'm saying? So, like, you really don't want to run into the 4 ball here because you're just pushing it into
Yeah,
the 6
you're,
ball and it may not go anywhere.
So I think what's going to happen here is you're going to see Scott. Scott's going to use the 5 ball to get shape here. I think he's going to shoot the 3. I think he's going to shoot the 3, come into 2 rails into the 5, and then that'll hold him for the 4. Now I know it looks like it's crazy to do this, but I think it lays good.
Yeah, and the tough part about this is the 4-6. The 6 is slightly off the rail.
Yeah. Well, he didn't go
Yeah.
into the side into the 2 rails side, but he did hit the 5 and use the 5, to hold shape. Now Scott must like this combo the way it lays because
don't
he's looked
like
at it.
it.
He's looked at it a couple different times here, and I don't think that he would play for this shape if he didn't like it.
See, I agree with Scott in the chat. I think the combo's no good. I don't think maybe he realized that the 4 ball was not, or the 6 ball was not on the rail. Guys, talking about the big advantage for SVB. I'm going to tell you flat out from playing with him, it is an advantage, but he'll also tell you that it's a disadvantage because he doesn't hear the balls make contact like we do. He has 70 to 90% hearing loss, so he's not completely deaf. He does hear sounds, but if you've ever played with earplugs in, when you don't hear the balls make contact, it's weird for me. He's gotten used to it, obviously, but I'm not gonna say that him being deaf is an advantage. I don't believe that at all. Personally, and guys, I don't know if you've ever, I don't know if you ever messed with hearing aids, but my dad's got some hearing aids, and
Yeah, I
I
talked to your
put
dad
some in
earlier
one
about
day,
that.
and I put them in one day, and it's almost like the sound is delayed. It's really, it's just like a millisecond, but it's really weird.
You're living in lag.
Yeah, it's really weird. So, him using hearing aids and then also, not being able to hear anything, I don't think it's an advantage. I think if anything, it might be a small disadvantage to him.
Hey, listen, that's like saying I have an advantage because I'm Asian.
Is it math?
Yeah. It's because I'm short and I'm more eye level to the table.
Well, BJ, after being down for a majority of the match, puts on a super good 4-pack that I missed, and is now on, or a
That's a
3-pack,
three-pack.
and is now on the hill. Scott's really going to have to get an well, 1, he's got to get the opportunity. 2, he's going to have to kick it into gear when he gets an opportunity.
Right. Right. Now earlier when I said he likes the combo, what I'm saying is like he played to get on that side of it for a reason. Now I know it lays funny or whatever, but I mean that's what he sees, or there's no other reason why he would go over there. I mean it's tough no matter what, but I mean who are we to question what he wants to do? Yeah. Sometimes you got to risk it to get the biscuit, bro.
Don't count your chickens yet, Scott.
Yeah, it's a whole lot easier sitting in the chair than being the guy up there, having the guy shoot back at you all the time. James Craig Diamond says BJ to win it all. Yeah, he's poised to. I mean, he's in a good spot for sure. There's still other players that he has to go through to get there, though. All right, so you're on the hill here, right? You're on the hill here. You need 1. The guy needs 3, and you're faced with this right here. BJ's gonna push out. He already called for the push out here. Yeah, you got a little bit of a cushion here. I guess
Sorry, guys. I'm over here getting text messages and getting distracted. It's very rough. So BJ played a really good shot here. He just took the push and he just rolled it long.
Right.
I actually, in this position, I would have given it back to him. And it's because of that. I don't think controlling that safe there, I just don't think it's there. Who do you want to mute, Matt?
So this is a buddy of mine. So he's just giving me a hard time. Yeah. I mean, we could switch it to another language if you want, Matt.
Do you speak other languages?
Yeah, I speak.
speak-
I speak I speak 3 languages total.
What do you speak?
I speak English, Vietnamese, and money.
Oh,
Just kidding.
man. We can,
Nah, I speak.
we can run it back in
I speak
Tagalog.
Yeah, I speak a little bit of Korean. So
Turn off one ear. Guys, I don't think our sound is set up on left-right, so if you give me just a second, I'll turn Calvin's to the right so you can just mute one side of your speakers. Just don't tell me which one you're muting. Yeah, Roland's definitely, he won his match against Jamie Bruce.
yeah, he won that match against Jamie Bruce. I want to say that that Richard Kilgore or Doc, I think he beat Curtis Whitaker as well. He lays down a good safe here.
Yeah, that's strong right there. Okay, guys, we got a little bit of an update on the bracket. So on the front side, obviously, we're still waiting for BJ and Scott to finish. Robbie Shelley and Barry Mashburn over there in a battle, and every time I've looked over there, Barry's been at the table.
Right.
Now,
both of those guys, are you familiar with either of those guys?
I'm not actually.
Okay, so Robbie Shelley and Barry Mashburn are both like shortstop players, but I mean they both play really, really good on the board
Look
table.
at that. Get in there. Oh, no.
Uh,
Oh, no. That's really unfortunate because he played a phenomenal safe shot right there.
actually, he made a ball.
Huh?
He made a ball there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was playing for the safe, and he
Oh,
makes the
okay.
ball, and he just kind of hooks himself.
Right.
You know, so unfortunate that he made the ball.
But you're still at the table. I mean, you can't complain about being at the table, really.
No, not at all. So what we're looking at here is Richard Dock beat Curtis Whitaker. What is Richard's real last name?
Richard's last name is Kilgore.
Richard Kilgore, and it goes by Doc.
Yeah, he's a infectious disease doctor, so that's why everybody calls him
Everybody
Doc.
calls him Doc. We have a guy back home. We call him Dr. K. I think he's a dentist.
Okay.
So same thing.
Prentice.
So Richard Kilgore or Doc is going to be playing Roland Garcia in one side of the top 4 of the winners. And then, of course, we're still waiting on our other 2 matches, which is this one that we're watching here.
Oh my God!
Oh, no.
And he gets punished.
This is not a guarantee, guys. Don't think that it's over. Things can happen here. But Robbie Shelley and Barry Mashburn on the other side of the winners. The winner of that will meet the winner of this. I don't think BJ wanted that much angle, but he's just going to go around the table 2 rails, possibly even 3. Still got work to do. He's just going to come across the table. He doesn't want to hit the 9 ball because it can kind of alter the path of the cue ball.
So you're gonna see him cut this 4 ball slightly to the left side of the pocket, I think.
I don't know. I think
Or
he's going
maybe
to
he's-
have to hit the 9.
See how he cuts
just
it a little bit to
drew
the
it.
left?
Yeah.
That way he can draw the ball back and avoid touching the 9 altogether.
And he's still got a tough shot on the 5. He got to control the cue ball for the 8. If he gets shape on the 8, then maybe you guys can go ahead and pack your bags up and
Call this a tap out, but
yeah.
this is the shot that he's really got to make sure he puts down.
And we watched BJ miss a very easy 10 ball earlier. So
Just gonna draw up above the side like that, and see how that ball just kind of swept his feet in. I mean,
he's playing the whole pocket.
I mean, yeah, it is considered a tap out, but at the same time, when that guy's still right behind you like that.
Okay, he ended up really well on this, and
Yeah.
Scott's going to go ahead and say thank you.
Yeah, definitely.